I'm Scott, and this is GreatScott Knitting, a podcast vlog thingy all about knitting and yarn and fiber and making. So welcome to episode 33. Happy Merry Seasons greetings, and may whatever holiday you're finishing up or heading into be absolutely wonderful. Hanukkah is over. If you had the opportunity to join my Vlognica 2021, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, hey, it's still there. You can go pretend you did. New Year's still a bit off. There's another holiday somewhere in between here, or two. Yeah, there's that. But for the most part, my late fall holiday has wrapped up, so to speak, which kind of puts me in the meh season, that post-holiday doldrums where you're still at work and the holidays kind of really over. There's no rush off to get gifts. My family is, I should say my husband's family, my family too, are still looking forward to the Christmas holiday coming up. So there's still some celebration to be had between now and then. So it's not that like the holiday season is over, but the brunt of it for me, the magic of it for me is still sort of over-ish. That being said, my husband's been volunteering at the local botanical garden where he put together his holiday village and put it on display at their holiday light extravaganza, which is a really big thing in these parts. And I think I've shown some pictures and video of it. Maybe I'll pop something in here just to remind everybody what I'm talking about. So he's been volunteering there, and yesterday he said, they've been really sort of short on volunteers, and would you be willing to come in for a night? This isn't going to be something ongoing, but just come in for the night. And I was like, sure, okay. So I went a little begrudgingly, but I'm usually game for these types of things. So I got to volunteer at the Santa house, or they have him sort of inside. It's still an open air pavilion, but it has some walls to it, so it was protected from the wind. It has heaters, so it was relatively comfortable inside. So it was a huge plus. So I was helping Santa, and my job was they had this little chute where Santa was behind a fence. You could get close to him, but you couldn't sit up on his lap. It's a COVID-y thing. And they had this little chute that someone would shoot down candy canes and would land at a little tray, and the kids would pick up the candy canes off the tray. Well, that got to be my job, was shooting candy canes down this little tube into the arms of these little tykes. So from about 6 o'clock until 9 o'clock, there was a constant stream of mothers, fathers, and children, and some just people wanting to go visit Santa, coming through, talking with Santa, giving him their wish list, and getting a candy cane. There was just some interesting things to observe as this occurred last night. And number one was, for all of you out there who either have been or might be in the future, or know someone who is a holiday Santa, give them a huge thank you and praise and accolades, because what they do is very magical. They embody the spirit of giving and of friendship and of caring. And it was fascinating to sort of see again in the eyes of all of these kids coming to see Santa and still seeing that wonder, that belief, that joy of meeting this character. Yeah, so it was so much fun. And some of the things that I observed is that young kids, he would ask them, what would you like me to bring you? And little ones, like, they knew, like they were ready for that question. They answered it. They were on spot. But as the kids got older, that the answer to that question was harder to get to. Even to the point where some that were they just didn't know. So it's kind of interesting that maybe as we get older, we get less in touch with what we want, and are maybe less able to articulate what we want from someone else that we can't get for ourselves. Kids, of course, I guess maybe with kids it's like they can't get anything for themselves, so it's really easy to be able to express what they want. I don't know. Maybe I'm putting much too into it, but I had a blast being Santa's helper. It was just so much fun. So yes, if you can, be extra nice to the Santas out there that are embodying that spirit of giving and that spirit of whimsy for the season. They really do lend an energy to this time of year that I had maybe discounted before. Cool. So that was a kind of a digression. Sorry about that. Today is Saturday, December 11th. It has been a lovely, lovely late fall here in south central Kansas, where the temperatures have often been in the 70s and rarely have gotten below 45 in the daytime. At night, it has gotten rather chilly, but the weather has just been really unseasonably nice. So hopefully it will get cold. I like winter, and so there's that. Had a slight pause there. All right, so maybe we should get into it. It's been about 15 or 10 minutes, and I haven't talked about what we're here about. So this podcast is not about holiday seasons, and it is not about Santa, nor is it about the weather, but it really is about knitting and yarn collecting, which there's been quite a bit of yarn collecting going on this holiday season. All right, so let's start off with finished objects. Now, if you were with me throughout Blognica, most of this is redundant, but so I won't belabor these finished objects too much, other than to express that they are finished objects. My coworkers, most of which are women, except for my supervisor, who is a male, or at least identifies and such. And so I knit up a set of shawls. The pattern that I used was the same for all of them, just to make it simple and easy. The name of the pattern is Orbit. It is by Janina Callio, and it is a lovely DK weight asymmetrical shawl pattern, which knits up extremely quickly and just is so fun. It's somewhat narrow and long, but makes a perfect holiday scarf that gives a blast of color and zhuzh to any outfit. I highly recommend this pattern. And it knit up really nicely in my colorways that I dyed specifically for my coworkers. This first one in pink and magenta-y colors is called Holding Division, and I don't know if I'll ever get these folded up again correctly. Anyway, it was called Holding Division. Is the pink and version. The forest green and teal is called Repair the World. The pink, or the purple and orange, is Avuka, for it's Hebrew for torch. And then the final one is in my colorway called Beloved, and this colorway is available in my shop, Mount Carmel Yarns. So there are those. So those are going to be heading out this next week for holiday gifting. And then for my boss, I knit up a cowl from Tin Can Knits. It's oh shoot, totally forgot the name of it. Simple yet effective cowl. Yes. So it is a DK weight cowl, and this was on an oops skein of yarn that I dyed. So it's based on purples. It has the purple and orange. That's where I was going for the purple and orange. That was Avuka, but it didn't work out that way, and so I overdyed it with more purple. And so you get this really lovely variegated skein with sort of orangish, greenish hints to it. I'm calling the colorway Stone. It's not repeatable, but I wanted to give it a name anyway. So I think this will make a lovely gift for my boss who lives in Chicago. Yeah, so those are the finished objects that I have. Haven't finished anything since then. I have cast on a new scarf for my husband. He requested and picked out yarn for this. This is the simple seated rib easy reversible scarf. As you can see, it is reversible, which I'm striping in a forest green, which really is kind of coming out as gray, and Christmas red. This is Cascade 220 Superwash. It's not super soft. It's not super scratchy, but it's not like merino soft. But he picked it out, so he gets to wear it. So yes, and he's doing this because he's working at Botanica. I'm hoping to get this done by next week so he can start wearing it out there. So that is knitting up pretty nicely. It's sort of a DK-ish weight. It's supposed to be worsted, but it's pretty light. So that's the only thing on the needles at this point because of the other things. Well, there's other stuff on the needles, but that's the only thing that's actually in progress. The only thing that's actually being worked on. There's some other stuff that's on the needles over there in this corner. That once we get past the craziness of December, January is going to be my January focus will be on finishing up whips that are languishing. And if they're not going to be finished up, then frogging them and going in another direction with all that fiber. But at this point, the idea is finish a project, get it off those needles, move on, so that we get into the next new year with finished things and not a lot of Not a lot of things just kind of hanging out. So that's going to be happening coming up. So what else? So acquisitions, I'm trying to remember. I believe I have reported all my acquisitions. At least that's what I believe. So the only acquisition that is left unreported is something that came today. This puppy right here came in the mail. So squishy mail, yay. So I haven't opened it. It's entirely and completely sealed. I promise you that. But let me tell you where it's from. This is from a dyer that I have been following for a number of years, but have never purchased yarn from this dyer. And a lot of the reason behind that is I wasn't affording myself the dollars to go to treat myself to this person's yarn. And let me tell you, I actually do believe this is a treat. The name of the dyer is Expression Fiber Arts. Expression Fiber Arts is by a dyer out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Her name is Shandy, and her husband is Tim. And their colors are amazing. So let me just show you an example of how they market their colorways, because it's really quite amazing. So let me just pop this up here. So this is some of their December colorways that they have. There's the one. Here's another one. And so that, that's just, I just find these really beautiful and amazing. This is her website, expressionfiberarts.com. She often pairs her yarn with a project, and so you can see just how beautifully her work dyes up. And she, I believe, is the model for most of these as well. But she also sells things like stitch markers and progress keepers, as well as her hand-dyed yarns and some patterns as well. So there she has. Right now she has 4 pre-order holiday colorways. And as you can see, those are just really beautiful. And then what I purchased was her December 2021 Insiders Yarn Club. And what she has is... well, here, let me do this. So, here we go. Here's the Yarn Club. She has 4 colorways in her Yarn Club, and they are mystery colorways. But what she'll do is she'll show her inspiration photos for that colorway. And so I chose the Abstract Lights and the Happy Snowman as I ordered 2 different colorways for the Yarn Club. And so let me just show you this first one of Abstract Light. So that's what the inspiration photo is. And when you saw her inspiration photo and colorways before, here, so you can imagine what this might be. I can see lots of purples and blues and some greens and seals popping out of this one. And then the other one is Snowman. Again, maybe some grays, some whites, some dark blues, light blues. I mean, I just can't wait to see these colorways and compare them to these inspiration photos. So yeah, I'm so happy. I'm like so thrilled to finally have said, screw it, I'm ordering some of this yarn that I have been drooling over. I'm serious, for probably about 3 or 4 years I have been following Expression Fiber Arts. Okay, it's cut open. And I love these mailers. These mailers are so cute. Check out those are just so cute. Okay. Oh, and I forgot, it's on a sparkle base. Okay, so let me talk, hang on, before, okay, I really haven't looked at it. I just saw the sparkle. Her December 2021 Insiders Yarn Club base is a 60% superwash merino, 26% nylon, 10% baby alpaca, and 4% metallic. As you can imagine, it's probably going to be soft, very soft. And as I saw, it's very sparkly. All right, so, okay, I'm excited to open these up. And I need my scissors again, because it's in yet another sealed mailer, or plastic, or clear mailer. So I need to be careful in cutting this one open. All right, here we go. Go slowly here. Start with the little card. Winter Warmth is, of course, the theme, overall theme of all of these different colorways. So it's the sparkle fingering is the yarn base. She has some pattern suggestions and a coupon code. Very cool, very cool. Oh, cute. All right, so here is a little cute little bag with gold metallic paint on it. A little drawstring like a Santa sack. And there is, some cute little gifts in here. There's these little hat ornaments, or earrings, if you will, because they're on these little earring things. Yay! Oh, is that it? Is there anything else? Yeah, that was it. So these little hat ornaments, or earrings, or whatever one might use these for. Not sure what I'm gonna do with those, but sweet. And then this little mitten charm with a little bell on it. There it is. Oh, it was almost there. So yeah, cute. All these things in a little bag. I'm gonna put them back, all back away. What I can do is I actually have some lobster claws that I can turn that into a stitch marker. I know, the anticipation of the actual yarn is killing me. And because I ordered 2 things, 2 pins, let me pop one of these open. Of course, here I am doing all this right in front of the microphone, so it's probably just crinkle, 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 and you can't hear a word I'm saying. There, finally. Oh, cute. So it's a little enamel pin with a poinsettia Christmas tree thingy. I don't know. There's lots of stuff going on in this pin. Cute, though. little house with a snowman and a Christmas tree. Cute. So I got 2 of those. Oh, ooh, yeah, there I am. All right, here we go. All right, the first one. This is the Happy Snowman. And so let me just remind you of the inspiration photo. There's our Happy Snowman. And here's the colorway. Very, very nice. I like it. So there's some, again, the light blues and grays that I expected, and then there's some browns, some pops of some neutrals and lighter colors there. So yeah, very, very cool. Oh, so nice. And it is very soft. It is very soft, but also very sparkly. You can see all those fun sparkles. And the color is pretty true to what you should be seeing on camera. All right, so the second one, I'm going to give you that. Sorry about that. Going to give you that preview for this colorway. And then here is that actual colorway with those bright colors, the bright oranges and the purples and the pinks. It's just lots of stuff, of course, with all of that sparkle. So much fun. And the thing is, you could fade these really easily. Oh wow. Okay, I'm impressed. But then again, I'm impressed by yarn. I love some pretty yarns, and these are really pretty. And also these little extras are so cool. Even the little hat earrings, I'll find a way. Maybe I'll just turn them into stitch markers or something. Don't know. So that was my stash acquisition, my stash enhancement, my breaking the bank, or whatever you want to call it. A little treat for myself for the holiday season. Yeah, I like that. Oh, so that was so cool. So if you haven't checked out Expression Fiber Arts, I will put a link to their website in my show notes. Go check out her website, check out her yarns. They are super soft. The colors are extremely vibrant. They are true to her pictures, I would say. Even though I didn't have pictures of the actual yarn, yeah, she really captures the image, the colors off of those images so nicely. So there. All right, speaking of yarn store updates, although we weren't specifically speaking of yarn store updates, but I want to specifically speak to Mount Carmel yarn store updates. So yay, Mount Carmel yarns time. All right, up in the shop, currently available on Fingering and DK is Beloved. This purplish blue and black colorway. Sort of the inspiration behind this is actually the movie Corpse Bride. These were the sort of the colors, the very muted colors that are pervasive in that film. But it also started making me think of wedding traditions, something borrowed, something blue, and that idea of tradition being handed down, year over year, generation over generation, which gives it, that makes me think of this sort of dusty, muted colorway, thinking of tradition and history. But then the name Beloved for me actually comes out of Song of Solomon. There is a phrase in Song of Solomon called in Hebrew it's oh shoot Ani Ladoti Vadoti Li, something like that. Anyway, it means I am my beloved, I am my beloved's, and my beloved is mine. It's that intertwining of people. It is a very common phrase for weddings, and so that's what made me call this Beloved. We saw how that knit up earlier. Let me just kind of remind you of how these skeins knit up. This is DK weight and this is fingering, but still you get that sense of the colorway. So go grab yourself some skeins of this in either DK or fingering weight. And then the second colorway that I have up in the shop is Prairie Autumn, which is this autumny colorway with some browns and yellows and gold and purple. So I just love how this turned out. There's some speckles. There's some non-repeating variegation. So again, this is on DK and fingering up in the shop. Please go check those out. Purchase some so that I can mail some of these to you. This yarn is really soft. It's the fingering weight is a merino, is 75% merino, 25% nylon, and the DK weight is 100% superwash merino. These are superwash as well. So those are up in the shop as a mini shop update. Please go check that out. Link will be in the show notes below. And cool. So what else is going on? I told you about Botanica. Work has been different, busy, but differently busy. It's the off-season busy, getting ready for 2022. So it's a different level of busy than being in front of a group of people all the time. But yeah, so it's a different busy. And what else have I been up to? I've been watching Wheel of Time, which only comes out one episode a week. So I've been watching that and really enjoying it. It's based on a series of books, which I really enjoyed when I read them when I was younger. And by younger, I mean about like 5 years ago. And yeah, so that is about it from a holiday season fibery function things going on. What else is happening? I am gearing up to do some personal dying to knit type of activity. I'm considering joining a friend of mine in knitting the Slip Stravaganza, which was the 2020 mystery knit along. She started it last year and never finished it. She got about halfway and never finished it. And she's finding that if she has someone to knit with, she's a bit more motivated. So she's encouraged me, and I talked a little while back about being interested in casting it on, and so she's like, "Oh, you definitely should," and that way I will finish mine. So I'm very strongly considering doing that. And deciding that I'm going to dye up my own yarn again, because I felt it was very successful when I dyed it for shawlography. This time I'm going with a much cooler, more wintry vibe in the color palette. So my end goal is having the main color be sort of a deep navy bluish purple, and then go into light blues, light lavender, silver types of colors to balance out the heaviness of the dark navy purpley color. That's where I'm at today. We'll see where that goes. What else am I thinking of casting on? Yeah, right now I don't know, because I do have some things that I want to finish up. I have lots that I could cast on. I've been queuing up some things in Ravelry and pairing it off with some of those puppies back there, but I just I don't know where I want to go first. I think the first thing I want to do is go with Slipstravaganza, and because I do want to play with color on some yarn and create some stuff. Those are going to be solids. I probably will not have those in the shop. When I tried to sell solids with during October with my Slipstravaganza colors, I didn't do so great. So I'm going to be going back to variegateds, pretty much like the Beloved and the Prairie Autumn. So make sure you check those out on Mount Carmel Yarns. What's left? I think that's it. So pretty short this season. I know you all are probably like me, gobbling up several Vlogmas series this year. So it's probably good that this episode's not going to be too particularly long, so that we can all get back to checking out some of those Vlogmas episodes out there from our favorite vlog casters. So with that, thank you all so much for joining me again. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely holiday season, filled with lots of joy and expectation and hope. Make sure that, if you want to follow me on any social medias, I'll have all of my social media contacts down in the show notes below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share any of the content that you find on my channel. Anytime you do that, it does help my channel grow a little bit. Not that that's what my main focus is, but hey, if I have an opportunity to be in front of more people's faces, maybe I can impact more people with a little bit of joy and love and caring. So there's that. So thank you all for joining. I hope that you are having a very good season. And I've said these things before, so I'm rambling. Let's bring this all to a close by saying this: may you have peace in your home and the fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Happy holidays.